Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Alberta News and Views. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope that all of you out there are doing great. We are going through a very hard time, strange times in Canada. Ultimate corruption with no justice, complete infiltration with instability. Having said that, if I can, please draw your attention to this right here. This is Bill S-233. This is an act to develop a national framework for guaranteed livable basic income. This has been in the works, believe it or not, since December 16th, 2021. That was when their first reading happened, which is very strange because they introduced this bill after 2021. I believe I made a video in 2022 about it. Maybe they redid it and then it's resurfaced. But you're going to see this a lot more. UBI, Universal Basic Income. Trudeau Media Corp, CBC, they are coming out with articles. I've seen 3 this last week. So you can guarantee there's going to be a lot more because this is how they implement it and get their feelers out there and plant the seed in your brain so people start talking about it, and then they can implement the marketing strategy and convince you that it is a good thing. There are no coincidences. This is happening in the United States, Canada, and over in Europe. You need a population, a desperate population, to implement a universal basic income, okay? Now, the reason is there are 3 components to it. There's digital ID, central bank digital currency, and a UBI. They have to be bound together, and they need a digital framework for this thing to work. And that's why I'm telling you about this, because it is going to committee. So on February 28th, 2024, it has passed second reading, okay? So now we are working on the third reading, and I'm going to watch this committee and make another video and then update you with that and let you know what happened with it. But from what I've watched, we are very lucky that our senators or the standing Senate Committee on National Finance are good people. These are the people that busted Chrystia Freeland for the $2 billion she tried to sneak in, okay? These are the people that are doing that are overlooking it. And they said that the financial structure and the social structure of Canada right now, because it is under so much pressure, because there are so many people here, it is almost collapsing. So there's no way, this is what they're saying, there's no way that you can implement this because the middle class, the taxpayers, are already squeezed way too hard. So we're kind of lucky there's a silver lining with the complete incompetence and just straight up stupidity with the Liberal government because they brought in way too much, way too fast, so they just can't afford it. But if you connect the dots and you look what's going on in the shadows, the way they could implement this, and I've seen this in writing, is corporations, corporate commander, the 1% will sign on to this as incentive to come work for them and do their bidding, okay? Now that might sound strange, but hear me out. They provide housing, they provide food, education, training, all of these things that you do anyway throughout your life. When you sign on to, say, I don't know, Microsoft or something like that, or Amazon, that has this warehousing, has this huge corporation, they pay for everything. They pay for everything that you do in your life. And you're just going to love it because you live in Canada. And when you came here, you had to stand in lines for food, for housing, for healthcare, all of these things. But when you're a corporate commander, you say, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You just kind of come and sign on with my company, and I will provide you with everything. And I'm telling you, that is the framework of the 1%, and that's what's going to happen. I think that's what they're going for, because to me, that's the perfect selling feature. I don't know if you've ever seen The Line. I think they're building it in Saudi Arabia. I don't even know what you call it. The community, it's called The Line. It's this massive living structure where it's going to house tens of thousands of people. And they've built them in China already, but this one is significant because it's a straight line. A super structure of living conditions. Everything is housed in just this one place. You have to understand the world that is being built around you while you are being distracted. The airports in Canada right now are building and implementing facial recognition technology. Okay? Now, if you are unfamiliar with facial recognition technology, what it does is it doesn't just scan your face and put it in the computer. It has cameras all over the place that has facial recognition. So it's not just in the airport. It's all over the airport. And then it goes out more and more and more. It's everywhere. So I'm going to keep you updated with this and everything else as usual. Just keep in mind that UBI is not just UBI. And honestly, if we were all a loving species and we were all getting along and everything was just perfect, these are all really good ideas. They really are. It all aligns and it all just makes perfect sense. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you have like father and mother figures at the top that where everybody just loves everyone. We're a human species. We all want to protect this planet. We're all working together. All the countries, everything is fine. All of this would make sense then. But we don't live in that world. We're not even close. We're not even remotely close to there yet. It's too bad that they're not asking and the people paying for it aren't voting. Having said that, follow me on Substack. Did you know that on Substack, you can direct message me now? You can direct message me with links to anything on Substack. So like they've banned it in other places in Canada and other platforms, you can actually link to news and articles on Substack. Substack is the future, people. Get on it and get your family on it. All media, bloggers, vloggers, independent journalists, they all know this and they are getting on it. The problem, though, is it isn't monetized. The only way that people can survive on it is with you signing up to newsletters and subscribing. So having said that, just sign up. It's cheap. You decide, and it's a way for me to connect with you, and it's a way for you to connect with everybody else. Honestly, it's crazy. So having said that, follow me on Substack and Spotify. All of you out there, like, share, and take care.